Marwa, stick to your promise that you made during the live stream that you are not going to respond to Rocio. Let that bear sleep. Don't pick a stick and you try to poke that bear. That bear is going to attack you. Rocio knows you in and out. When Rocio was in that village, Rocio never had any hobby. Rocio never had any job. What Rocio was doing, Rocio was putting some traps for you. Rocio was actually putting some landmines for you, waiting for the right time so that those landmines will be exploding. Look at the performance that Rocio did when the horse died. Rocio had a fake cry. Rocio was fake in emotion. Listen, this story just got a lot more complicated because what we thought was a simple separation between Marwa and Rocio is now turning into something completely very different. At first, Marwa came out and said something very clear. He said he never agreed to the separation. He even claimed that he found out the same way that everyone else did from the internet. Now, if that was the full story, then most people would naturally sympathize with him. But now, Rocio has responded in her community post, and what she is saying completely flips the narrative. She is now claiming that Marwa knew everything, and not only that, he laughed about it. So now, we have two completely opposite versions of the same situation. One person saying, I was not informed. The other one, she's saying that you knew very well. So the question becomes, who is telling the truth? And it doesn't stop there because Rocio goes even further. She says this: the whole situation is actually a relief for her, that she just wants to move forward with life. Now that word relief is very powerful because people don't usually describe a breakup as a relief unless something deeper was happening behind the scene. But then things take even more serious turn because now the conversation is no longer just about separation. It shifts into something much more sensitive: responsibility. There are claims now circulating that Maro has not been supporting his son for months, that he does not even send small amounts, and yet publicly he is seen helping others. And this is where the situation becomes very delicate. Yeah, let me say this, because once a child is involved, the internet reacts very differently. So now you are left with three major questions. Did Marwa really know or not know about the separation, or is Rocio the truth that he knew and dismissed it? And most importantly, what is actually happening behind the scene when it comes to responsibility? Because at this point, this is no longer just a relationship story. This is now a public situation with two narratives and a lot of answered questions. So in this video, I want us to slow everything down and break this down carefully, step by step, because the truth is here may not be as simple as it looks like. Watch this post, then let us dive deep to the entire video step by step. Keep it tuned. But to say that he didn't know I was announcing the separation is not fair. He knew very well, and he laughed at me saying that as I don't have views, I needed to bring it to the internet. For me, it is a relief that now everyone knows we are parting ways. I just want to move forward. He should be happy if I have a lot of views, as I am providing for my son. Beautiful people, welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxumumba Africa. And today's video, I'm going to discuss about Rocio's response to Marwa. He knew everything and he went ahead and laughed. I'm going to make a full breakdown and my own analysis about the whole situation. So for those who are coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, basically this YouTube channel, I do my own reaction videos, especially to the videos that have been posted in the public domain. So for those who have not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment and share this video to other individuals. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that any day, anytime I post any video, you people get notified. Watch my videos from the beginning to the end without skipping any ad. I also have another YouTube channel where I post my own lifestyle videos that goes by the name Vibe with Lumumba. Basically for those people who don't actually feel good while watching a reaction, lifestyle channel is there for you. Go watch, like, support that YouTube channel journey to getting monetized. That being that, let us show love to this YouTube channel. Let us give this video a like. Let me start by saying this story has taken a completely new turn after Marwa came out and said that he never agreed the separation. Rocio now responded, and what she's saying changes the entire narrative, because according to Rocio, not only did Marwa know about the separation, she claims he knew very well and even laughed about it. So today, let us break this down carefully. Word by word, I'm going to discuss the entire message, the entire actually community post from the beginning up to the end. I'm going to analyze statement by statement so as to bring into the picture what that message entails and the information that Rocio was actually bringing to Marwa, because now we are no longer dealing with just a breakup. We are dealing with two completely different versions of the truth. Rocio says her own truth. Marwa himself now positions himself as the victim with another truthness. Let me start by talking about the post. The post reads this way: I'm not going to fight back and forth. Rocio begins that post by that she is not going to fight back and forth. Now this is very important. When someone says this publicly, they are trying to position themselves as calm, mature, not interested in drama. But here is the interesting part. Even while saying she does not want back and forth, she still goes ahead and responds, which tells us something very deeper. She wants to control the narrative without appearing confrontational. The same way Marwa is now positioning himself that he is not aware about the separation. Let me proceed with the second statement. It is not fair to say he didn't know. This is where even things are now becoming more serious. Rocio directs challenges Marwa's claims. Marwa said he found out from the internet. Rocio said this is not fair because he already knew. Now we have a direct contradiction, two people, two completely different truths. And in this situation like this, the audience is forced to ask, who is telling the truth? Is it Rocio, or on the other hand, is it Marwa? She goes ahead and says this: he knew very well and he laughed. That statement alone is one of the strongest statements she makes. She says Marwa knew about the separation, laughed at her, accused her of doing it for views. Now, this connects directly to Marwa himself, what he said early. He mentioned that if someone wants to use family for views, that's their own choice. I'm not going to attach the script I'm not going to attach the clip about what Marwa said, because in my last video, the video before this, I did a video where Marwa says that he does not know anything about this separation. So for those who want to see that what Marwa said, go and watch that video. It is there fully about it. So here is what's happening. Marwa presents it as a warning. Rocio presents it as a mockery and dismissal. Same situation, completely different interpretation, completely different narrative. Everybody plays a victim. Everybody says this is true from themselves. And I'm going to the other part of that message. For me, it's a relief. I want to move forward. Rocio says something very emotional. She describes the separation as a relief. That tells us that Rocio, she has been passing through a lot. In that video that Rocio did, she described about, okay, she said that there's something that she is not going to explain on camera. When I started this video, I said that it's better for Marwa to remain silent, not to respond to anything, because Rocio is going to speak some other things, including what we have been speculating about, physical abuse. And that is actually, Rocio is waiting for the right time so as to explode those landmines that she had planted for Marwa. And if there is somebody who is going to bring Marwa down, it is Rocio. The same as, look at what is happening to Dimwango. The same individual that is calling the husband is the same individual who is going to bring Dimwango down. Dimwango brought in a letter to respond to this claim about the other. Okay, for me, I still say that there is nothing there substantiating. Okay, I don't even want to discuss about that. So the downfall of Marwa was Rocio. I came on camera, I say that. And the downfall of Dimwango will be Pero, the husband. All these people from the West are going to bring down the African content creator, the likes of Marwa himself, the likes of Dimwango, and so many others will be following. Let me say this. This is all about the trap, and this tells us something deeper about her state of mind. To call a breakup a relief usually means there was pressure, there was discomfort, there was something that was not working out internally. So also, she said that she wants to move forward. This is a classic sign of someone who has already emotionally detached from the relationship. This tells us, I've seen a lot of people speculating that maybe Rocio has got bro, yeah. People are now speculating maybe Rocio has got another person, you know. People are now speculating about. Even some people are now saying that in Marwa works things differently, and I'll be bringing that conversation when I'll be talking about actually it is the next part that I'm going to discuss about, which will be like part number 5, where in the same post Rocio say that he should be happy. I have views. Now this is where content creation enters the picture. Rocio says that Marwa should actually be happy she's getting the views, because she is using that to provide for her son. So this shifts the conversation completely. This tells us that Marwa has never been providing support for the child. Marwa has not been offering child support to baby Maisha. For some people, we speculated that when Marwa gives you a shout or when Marwa makes your channel to grow, that is the end of the deal. So what Rocio is now telling us that she depends in content creation so as to make a living for the child. Now, this is no longer just about a relationship issue. It has now become about money, responsibility, content creation as an income. She is basically saying, my content is supporting my child. And that is raising a lot of questions because speculations are there, and people now say that Marwa is bringing in some expensive horses, and yet she's not offering support to the son, not even 5 USD. And the second statement about financial accusation, I'm going to make it deeper into the second text. This is where things become even more serious, because there is a claim that Marwa, he has not been providing for his son for months, leave alone even months. Even when the son was in the villa, he used not to provide support. That is what it is being alleged. I don't want to speak much about that, but it is now evidently from what Rocio posted in the community post. And it does not end there. Does not even send small amount of money, but it's seen supporting other publicly. Remember, I've come on camera, said several times that Marwa does not support anybody. What Marwa does is that Marwa uses subscribers' money because he knows at the end of the day he's going to get a pinch from the same money for us supporting other people. So this creates a very strong emotional narrative, because in public opinion, nothing triggers reaction faster than issues involving a son or a child. Let me say this. When I'm talking about the downfall of Marwa, this is what I'm really talking about. At the center, there is a child. At the right hand, that is Marwa. Left hand, we see Rocio. And there in between, there down, yeah, we see a broken heart. So that means the love is finished. Wait until May. That is the statement that Marwa came on camera and discussed about that. Let me say this. Another critical question raised is, why should child support start in May? Yet it is now like 1 to 2 weeks since the arrival of new batch of horses. Why should child support be in May? Why not now? This challenges Marwa earlier statement, where he said he will begin support later. And here the argument being made is simple. If support is needed, it should be immediate. Let me say this about public pressure and image. This statement also calls for Marwa to step up, send money, even consider doing maybe something like fundraising if necessary. This is no longer just a personal matter. It has become a public accountability. And once something reaches this stage online, it is no longer just about two individuals. It has become about public perception and repetition. Let me say this. At this point, we are seeing is not just a breakup. It is a situation with conflicting narratives, emotional responses, financial questions, public pressure. Marwa says he did not agree, he was not informed. Rocio said that he knew, he dismissed it, he even laughed, she is moving on. And now, the conversation has expanded into something even deeper, responsibility. The truth is, in situations like these, the full story is rarely one-sided. But what is clear in that is this situation now has moved from private to public. So, making this conversation or this situation to completely public, and once that happens, every word, every statement, and every action gets analyzed word by word, and that is what I've really done to what I, as Maxumumba Africa, am thinking about this situation, because I really sympathize about Marwa, because sometimes we do reaction videos, but that does not tell us that maybe negative about Marwa. No, what I usually say that I've not come on YouTube streets and abused anyone. I've never used abusive languages. I just relay informations the way it is. Even for me, I knew that Marwa will not be posting a video today. It's a matter of time. I'm waiting to see. I've seen allegations that Marwa has been admitted to the hospital. I don't want to respond to that because I'm not sure about that. I don't want to bring false accusations, false stories to the camera. That is not part of me as Maxumumba. I don't come up with false accusation. I only come up with something, with evidence, something that I can really substantiate between the false and the truth. And that is what makes me maybe not even outstanding, that makes me moving. Having said that, a lot of things are happening, and I have to dedicate myself to a lot of things. I'll say okay, last week I was a bit lazy. I will have to submit that I've been lazy, and I'm lazy generally. I'm lazy. Sometimes you get that you become lazy, you don't want to do videos. Sometimes time has gone, because what I usually do during the day, actually I'm overworking. That is actually that the exhaustion or laziness in me comes because of exhaustions and everything. But this will not be ending there. I have now to try as much as possible so that I'll be posting some 2 videos, 2 videos maybe daily, because I have to get a reasonable time so that I'll be uploading those videos without me being there, without me not being there. That is why most of my videos, I don't make long videos, because time is money, time is limited. As much as we are doing side hustle when it comes to content creation, as much as some of the people, actually I watched a video where somebody came on camera and said that Max has been paid to react to me. Let me tell you one thing, somebody, I can't even be, that individual claimed that Maxwell was paid 3,000 to react on him. Let me clear these from the air. I remember a time when somebody wanted to send money to react to somebody. I tell that individual, stay with the money, I'm not in business. And let me tell that individual who is claiming that I was sent 3,000. 3,000 shillings cannot sustain me even for a day. And that is the truth of the matter. So when you are busy leaking somebody AWS, I was busy consolidating some works of mine. I was busy looking for money. Even by then, I was not much into YouTube. Yeah, I was busy looking for money. So when you claim that 3,000, that is money that I get more than 3,000 within a day. Not because of YouTube. YouTube is just like a hobby to me. I get more than that within a day. Yeah, I have to submit that. So when you're telling me 3,000, 3,000 cannot even change my life, and that is reality. What people maybe they don't know, for those who may know me for a while, the truth has to be told. Yeah, I'm not that I'm much into YouTube, so that is why you people seeing me like sometimes I become very lazy. Sometimes even I post 10 minutes video, because when you have nothing to talk about, or when you are very much exhausted, and at the end of the day you are saying that my YouTube channel has to grow at the end of the day, so let me rubbish that accusation. But I really like that friend saying that I came from Eldoret as a shamba boy. For those who don't know, I was looking, those people with sticks that we kick, we beat, not we beat animals, yeah. We have a stick that we look after animals, maybe in a rural setup. So that individual came to the camera and said that when he met me at first, I was from being a herdsman, and he submitted that I was a good friend of him, but I really don't remember if I had that conversation between me and him deeply, because most of these people, yeah, I knew them through Look at the Traveler. Most of these people, yeah, the like of this person who's telling me about 3,000. 3,000 cannot even change my life, yeah. So most of these people, I knew them when I started these YouTube, when I was new in this reaction, or when I came back to the village. There is when I started knowing people, yeah. And because when you look at my channel from the beginning, yeah, I was much focused when it came to, I have to submit that uh, I was not born maybe with a silver spoon in my mouth, yeah. Life starts from somewhere, yeah, somewhere very low, and I can't say that I'm even successful, because we struggle, we sleep hungry at the end of the day. We don't have houses. I see people building. I personally, I don't even have a house. I only have an inherited land that I got. If not inherited land, so that means I could be having nothing in this life, yeah. And that land is just there, yeah. Nothing is being worked on, but the way I said, I'll be doing something like food security in it, so as to curb the situation about food security in Kenya, food security in the village. We'll be thinking building upwards, not building maybe the way people build, because when you have a limited piece of land, you have to think otherwise. So me being a shamba boy, maybe me being that primitive with no, because you are now building, you are now coming to the camera and now start saying that Max is not even, because he even went ahead and called me a small thing, yeah. Maxwell is a small thing. Maxwell and Gintu, they are small things, yeah. It doesn't even suck me, because I know I'm a small thing to you, because I use my hard earned money to build myself. I don't get donations. I don't get facilitations so as to eat or do anything. I don't go on camera then start saying that, or I don't shout people in my messages telling them that send me money. That is something that I don't do. That send me money, send me money. I'm sleeping hungry the way some people do on camera. I don't do that, and I have to say that. So you saying me that I'm primitive, not even primitive, you use some word that this man has nothing, Maxwell has nothing, a lot of information, yeah. That is me, that is being me. As long as I don't go and steal, as long as I wake up very early in the morning, mind my own business, try to get money from different sources. That is something that keeps me moving. I try to get money from different sources. I try putting this YouTube, come here, some maybe some hand job somewhere, come here. Maybe restraining some things, come here. When you do some other small task from the left side, you accumulate everything. And that is how life is. When you are born through a difficult life, you have to try changing your life permanently. That is what I can tell. Yeah, not that those rich people, you see them rich. Yeah, even some of them, no rich person comes on camera and claims that is rich. Those people who come to the camera and say that they are rich even more than President of Kenya, those are bullshit. Yeah, no rich person who will come on camera. Recently, we saw Rafael Tuju premise, yeah, premise being attacked, and people were told to vacate. And that is somebody who is rich being done that. So when you are here in life, that does not tell you that you will remain there in the rest of your life. Shit happens, things happen. So that means today you are here, tomorrow you'll be going upwards, or the next day you'll be coming down. So I don't want really to say that this is what is happening. I don't want to pray to anybody maybe a downfall. That is something that I don't do. I usually wish success to every individual. That is how Maxumumba is like. I wish you success, because your growth, your personal growth is also my personal growth. And at the end of the day, we keep on moving as a team. You are my villager. There is nowhere on camera I've come on camera and say that this person comes from this side, that maybe you come from another. Yes, unakunywa chai huku ama huku? Wataenda kunywa chai huku? Mkate. So chukua hii pesa uende mkate. Niko kwa kamera bwana. Chukua hii, endo utaletea na wale vijana huko chini. Utaletea pia mkate. Waletea mkate huko chini na pia ulete yetu hapa juu. Yeah. So the way actually I'm discussing about I personally, I've never come on camera then say that this individual comes from this part of Kenya. I'm not that tribal. I'm not even tribal. I'm somebody who respects cultures. I'm somebody who have interacted and have integrated with a lot of people from different parts of the world, Kenya including. Yeah, I think I've interacted like with all tribes from Kenya. Some tribes may be from different parts. Yeah, because before YouTube, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you try to get ways of survival, yeah, you tend to interact with a lot of people. Yeah, because I remember when I was even being given some recommendations that, Max, we trust you, go to this such an area, do this, go to this other such an area, do this. And that is one of the things that I don't even bring to the camera, that Max is this, Max is this. I don't do that. You'll never get me bragging on the camera. But for this, I have to brag, tell you that the 3,000 that you are talking about, if you are to send me 3,000, I'll tell you, stay with your money. I don't look like 3,000. Yeah, stay with your money. If you are to send me money, send me something that we can really subsidize. This is a good amount of money. Yeah, even Brogan himself is shopping and maybe those other things. Yeah, 3,000 to him does not even sustain him 1 week. Yeah, it doesn't even sustain Brogan for 1 week. So when somebody sends me that 3,000, yeah, that is just a peanut that I'm giving to Brogan. I'm telling Brogan and my sister that use this for upkeep of Brogan. I can't even use that money. What am I going to use that money for? Nothing. It cannot grow a business for me. It cannot make me build a house. It cannot do me anything in this life. And that's the reality of the situation. So this individual went ahead, and this is Kizo, yeah, You went ahead and said that let it be the last time I'm reacting on you. I'm telling you, I called you a scammer because you know it that in Kenya, when you go against what the law says, especially to what the land law says, and you are using chiefs, you are using the police to intimidate individuals. Remember, let me tell you, this will not be my first arrest if you plan to arrest me. But let me tell you one thing, nobody who has ever touched me has succeeded. Let me tell you that for free. You will start a war that will never end. Never start a war with me. If you start a war with me, Maxumumba, you will never finish this war. And that is what I usually tell a lot of people. And people know that if you start a war with me, I remember a time that I was arrested. It was the time that I was arrested. I have to submit this. I was arrested in Tanzania. That I stayed there for around 3 days, but I was released. Yeah, I was released unconditional. So when I was from Tanzania, because I had some other things I had to handle back to Kenya, I was again arrested in Isibania police station. And I remember by then, the officer that was given my case was there telling me that, Max, without 80,000, you are not going to be released. I told him this, yeah? This is 3 days. You have not taken me to court. Nothing has happened. You have not even told me what my accusation is. What you are just telling me is just a matter of speculation. So demanding 80,000 from me. I told him, this won't be happening. I'm not going to release that amount of money. I called my mom. I told her this. Don't come to the police station, or don't engage yourself in any business with this police officer. Leave that for me. There is no I'm going. I'm jobless. I'll be staying in this custody for the most time as possible, the way they want to be. It reached around the 4th day, yeah? I don't know who came. I don't know, and I don't want to submit. The person who came, the OCS in charge by then, came to the station and told me, Max, come here. You're going home. Then when I tried to inquire with this person who was released me, I was like, Now this police officer who was demanding 80,000 came back to me and told me that, now look, you are arrested by these police, and he used petrol in, maybe they used their vehicle to arrest you. Why can't you even give us something more? I told that police officer, are you stupid? Are you out of your mind? Because I'm out. When I was telling you that you won't take even my 2,000 shillings, now you are demanding for 80,000. You saw that I was kind of playing or what? And I was like, we are sorry. I told him I don't take that. And that is it. My third arrest was when I fought with the police officers in Meru. And this happened because of some... Okay. I denied to be arrested. That is what happened. There is nothing like an allegation or what. I think that day I was out of my mood because I was doing some things in police station. Then nobody knows me there. So I went there, and one of the police officers responded to me rudely. I told him that, do you know you're not nobody? It was like a heated exchange. So another police officer came to... Then, in Kenya, police officers work weirdly. You see these police officers being attacked by these individuals. Exchange of words. These other one joined. So these other one wanted now threatening me. I told him, look, you won't do for me anything. So they started like, they wanted to bully me. Now it was a physical fight, yeah? It was me with another like 3 to 4 police officers. Then the entire police station, actually the polices that they were there, they came So it was like I had to be arrested, but I only stayed for 1 hour. I never made any call. I never made any call. After me staying there for 1 hour without talking to them, I was in police custody. They took, here when you are being arrested, they take one of their shoes. I was there seated. Then one of them came to me and tell this situation that you're bringing, that you can even be arrested, you can be taken to court, and you can be even detained in jail for something. I told them, look, I don't have life ahead of me. So when you tell me this, I don't know, being arrested, yeah? I told them this is not the first time that I've been arrested. The good thing, I've never been charged with any case. That is the good thing. I've never been found guilty of any mistake. And that's the reality, yeah? So I told them, okay. They came like 3 times telling me at the end of the day, within the 1 hour, they had to apologize to me again, yeah? I remember about Isibania police. After that incident, the entire police station was transferred, yeah? The entire police station were transferred, yeah? I don't care even where they were taken. Some of them I don't know went where. I met with one of the individuals telling me that, I met that individual when I was going to Tana River, yeah? Tana River is where Tana River is near the coastal, yeah? Lamu, not even Lamu, yeah. You can even pass through Lamu, yeah? Tana River, you know where Tana River is, yeah? Where we have been having a lot of insecurity. So I met one of them there, in one of the roadblock. I was actually, I passed through not Machakos, I passed through Ukambani region. I can't even remember the place that I was going. I went there when I met one of those roadblocks that we have there, the army, yeah? They have some roadblocks. So I met one of the officers there that I was like, oh, you are here, you are transferred to here. He was like, you, Max, you're not a good person. So, sometimes you have to do things the way the Lord says. So, me calling Mike Kizo as Kama, I can't really even apologize for that. I can't. Why should I? Because it is very evidently that Fala Fashion TV bought piece of land illegally. The intention of those people who spearheaded that purchase of that piece of land, all of them, they belong to that team, yeah? They belong to that team. So let me tell my kids, if you think you are going to intimidate me or you are going to, funny thing about me, nowadays, I accept what life is. When a police officer comes to me, then tells me, Max, we have come to arrest you. Even if you call me, come to police station, I'll come running. Yeah? I'll come running then. You want to arrest me? Okay, I'm here, arrest me. You put me there. Stay with you there. Eat your food, because even here outside, yeah? Your life is very hard. So I sit there with you. You protect me. I eat your food daily. At the end of the day, I already told my family, I told my mom, I told everybody that when you hear Max has been arrested, don't do anything. Leave me to stay there. If you hear I've gone to court, leave me to go to the court. When you see, I don't know, just leave it, because as long as I have no criminal charges against me, all these are the cases that you're telling me, oh no, what, I don't know, calling me what. Those are not even cases, because I know how to talk. I know how to we call it what in English, yeah? I know how to not protect. I know how to talk about myself. I can give evidence why this person is coming. Let nobody try to touch me. That is what I can tell the likes of Mike Kizo. Intimidate other people, because for them, they may be doing this for views, but I personally, I do nothing for views. I won't start any drama because of views, because YouTube is not feeding me. If you bring anything personally, I'll bring you down. I'll bring your leader down. It won't take me even a month, because I don't forgive. Let me tell you this. I don't forgive. Yeah? If it is bringing somebody down, I do it immediately. Yeah. If you think you are going to intimidate me, that is wrong for you, because I don't get intimidated, and you will never threaten me, because I know what is good for me. I know what is bad for me. Yeah. Even the allegation that I did about the other vet, yeah, it's only that the reason why I had to pull that video is because the guy told me that we are still young, we still need to work, we still need to do what. So I say that, okay, if it is something like a career, well and good. There is nowhere in this life you have ever messed with me. That is what I told him. You have never messed with me in this life. So if you tell me to pull this video down, I'll do it, because you're my friend. I know you in and out, because he was even telling me that, my father knows you very well, so he knows you as a good person. He knows me. I was like, okay, let me not bring something like a content creation thing to enmity with it, because if he could come and say that, because everything that I posted there, everything, when I even went ahead and spoke about that, in this field, you're not even supposed to educate people about the drugs. Even some of the information that he was giving out was wrong information about the drugs. Yeah. When you tell us that the horse has milk fever, he was having, I was like, oh, milk fever from injury, okay, noted. Tissue, I don't know, he said something, tissue stiffness. I was like, okay, I was just under, like, it's only that in a professional world, yeah, there are some things that we are not supposed to do, to go deep into it. Yeah, that's something that we ignore. I never touched about that. The only basic that I touched about is about maybe about you training a farmer, about drugs, yeah, the light thing. But if I could like to dissect and go into detail about that, I'm good in doing that. I believe unto myself, I believe in it. So let us be conscious of what we talk. So the likes of Kizo or any other person that is planning to attack me, come on, me being arrested, I will. I can't say that I'm above the law, that I can't be arrested. I can be, but time will actually tell us that what next. You being arrested, if even I hear that Gitu has been arrested, it is not like it is not something that it is not that I'll take it like something like a big issue, because even if you hear that Max has been arrested, speculators will be speculating, but for me it won't be a big issue, because cells are there for human being. As long as I've not unalived somebody so as to take me there, as long as I've not forced somebody into SEKX to take me there, as long as it's just a mere allegation, well and good. It can't even bother me. It can't even bother me. That's the right thing. If I call you names, if you think you will accuse me of maybe cyberbullying, I came on camera and say that the only instance that cyberbullying will be a charge to you is when something malicious or something happened to somebody because of what happened, of what you said about that individual. That is the only time that you'll be charged with cyberbullying, defamation. I came on camera. I say the instances that I can be charged with defamation. For me, I don't even come across the defamation because I have receipts. When Kizo say that I call him a scammer, there is receipt there. Come on camera, tell us. Did this foreigner buy land legally in Kenya? The answer is no. You think maybe you are telling us that we had some attorney there. There are some attorneys that are there for money. So as long as I remember when this guy from Sierra Leone that is in America, it's called who? This guy is called Asumana. I remember Asumana when he acquired that piece of land from Nyangoge. The attorney told him directly that in Kenya, this is not supposed to be done. But Asumana was like, yeah, it happened. Yeah, it happened. Because following the legal procedure is actually something good. Let us not use shortcuts. Let us not be convinced by some people through YouTube platforms so that you're coming to the camera and you're telling us that you can build and as long as you do it legally with an okay, I'm not ruling it out that somebody can come from maybe another country, come buy land. There is something that you call trust. I've seen that happening even in Nyabohanse. We have some people that are being trusted. Yeah, I've seen a lot of like 3 situations where individuals have built land, they have bought land, built in that piece of land under people's name, and they are there. Actually, it is working out for them very nicely because they got some trusted individual. That happens if you want to build maybe in Kenya, you want to build in the village. Anton, yes. Kuna zile video nilikuwa nahitaji. Sijui nikuja na flash alafu ni transfer. Nini? Zile za ultrasound. Oh, ile ultrasound. Yes, si bado uko nazo? Niko nazo. Yeah. Nikuweke WhatsApp mama? WhatsApp si ni kubwa sana. Ni kubwa. Acha kuna flash niko napo kwa bag. Acha nilete tu attach tu kwa simu then to transfer. Si yako ni type C? Nita attach tu hapa alafu tuta transfer hii OTG. Sawa. Nakuja tu saa hizi. Jana nimekutafuta huko kwa. Yeah. So guys, that is okay, I was talking about trusted friends. If you have somebody who you trust, well and good, but don't come on camera then tell us. Because if Fala Fashion trusted you and bought piece of land, don't come on camera then start bringing chiefs. You want to bring a lot of, because this is something that should be happening secretly, not on camera, not so that everybody needs to see what is really happening. Yeah, this is something because it is against the law, we know that, but if you have decided that this should be happening actually very, 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 very secretly, yeah, it should be happening actually behind the camera, because we know very well this is not supposed to be. Yeah, so that is what it is. It was just a conversation for the day, because one thing I don't do on camera, it is to expose my lifestyle or any other thing. I don't do that. Yeah, because in the moment I start exposing myself, I don't want to see myself on the camera. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to expose myself so much on camera, and I don't want to be even let you know my face, let you know my name, let you know maybe some things that I think is more of importance for you to know, but let me not expose my things, let me not talk about what I do. Yeah, that is not something that I usually do. Let me end this video from that point, because I have a lot of things. I want to take my breakfast, then I want to do some other things, so as to keep it moving. Yeah, that being that, there's some veggies here we were planting here. Yeah, these are managu. Yeah, and these are spinach, and those are kales. These are spinach, and these are managu. So this one we used to use it as a store, because there is a time that we had surplus when it comes to hay and everything, so we had to put them here because the store wasn't enough, so we had to put them here. No, and I don't want to show you something here. Okay, don't want to show you something here, so it was just a temporary structure. Yeah, so guys, let me end this video from that point. More videos are to come, so I really appreciate for your time. For those who have watched this video till the end, I really appreciate. Goodbye for now. Let us meet in the next video. Goodbye.